Hi, today I will show you how to cook a Torres Strait dish called Sop Sop. Sop Sop is a very traditional Torres Strait dish because it makes use of the main Torres Strait plant produce of coconuts and edible tubers such as yams and taro. Coconuts are plentiful and almost every part of the coconut tree has some utility in islander life. From weaving coconut fronds into mats to extracting coconut milk from shredded coconut meat. While edible tubers such as yams and taro are staples in Torres Strait diets and were some of the main plant produce of pre-colonial Torres Strait society. Gardens and plant crops even feature in many Torres Strait cultural origin stories, such as in the story Gelam, the man from Moa, who was a cultural hero in the Torres Straits. Gelam travelled across the Torres Straits, gifting fertile lands and plants to various islands. Gelam eventually stayed on Mer Island permanently, which is now the most fertile land with volcanic soil. Mer Island also boasts the best gardens and plant produce in the Torres Straits. These stories provide insight into island landscapes and gives context to the kinds of foods produced in the Torres Strait. Sop Sop and its ingredients characterise the agricultural history and cuisine of the Torres Straits. Here's my recipe.
Sometimes we miss family who wait for us far away at home. As we sail the Torres Strait and East Coast waters, our teardrops kiss the waves upon the reef.
Today we're going to make sop sop. Here we've got a purple sweet potato, we've got the golden sweet potato, and then we have the pumpkin here. Normally we would put in other sorts of ingredients such as yams, taro, sometimes people put in normal potato, but today we only have 3 ingredients, so it'll be a small sop sop. We'll peel them and then we'll get started on the on cooking it. So we've peeled the purple sweet potato, which is white on the inside, the golden sweet potato, and the pumpkin as well. Now when we're slicing it up, we'll want to do it in thicker slices, because if they're too thin or if they're too small, the slices or the pieces, they'll tend to break up a lot quicker. So we want to cut thicker slices of the potato, and especially of the pumpkin, because the pumpkin will disintegrate faster as well and break down faster. We also have our tin of coconut milk as well, and that's about 400 mils. So we'll put all of that into the saucepan when we're cooking the sop sop. So we've cut the sweet potatoes and the pumpkin into what you'll see are fairly big chunks, especially the sweet potatoes, but especially the pumpkins, because it breaks down faster. Now, when we're cooking it as well, we'll want to put the sweet potatoes on the bottom and the pumpkin on top. Sweet potatoes will break down slower, so we'll put them on the bottom, and the pumpkins will break down faster, so we'll want to put them on the top, further away from the heat. This is what it should look like, and we can pour in the coconut milk now. If you really need to, you can also put in a little bit more water as well. We've turned on the heat now, so we're just going to let it start heating up. And when it starts heating up, we'll stir it around a bit later. We're cooking the vegetables now. Just be sure to stir it a little bit, because sometimes the coconut milk burns. Can see that the pumpkin is already starting to get a little bit soft, while the sweet potato still needs to be cooked a bit more. So that's when we can put the pumpkin on top to make sure that it isn't cooking as fast. We can see that the coconut milk is disappearing and that the sweet potato and the pumpkin are all getting quite soft now. So we could even probably start putting in salt and salting it for taste. I've added in a little bit of salt. We'll leave it to cool for a bit. And here we have sop sop that's now finished. And you can add extra salt on top if you wish for more flavor. Yeah, and then you can enjoy it.
We are sailing home, sailing home. We are sailing, sailing